So this is beginning to get something. So that one's not the one. One of these is. Oh, in fact, it's not going to be that one, right? Because this needs 2 next to it. So it's either that, or that. Oh, it's definitely not both of those. So, but it's also definitely not that one. So one of those, and only one. Oh, which means that one is one. I could have figured that out earlier, right? Maybe this is what helped me figure this out. Yeah. Oh no, I could have worked that out earlier. This was always a 1, that was a 2, and it couldn't be both of them, so then that one has to be filled. Yeah, okay. But then one of these two is filled, but I don't know which. What else could I do? Still can't figure out those, I don't think. Can I figure out these ones yet? It's either that one, just goes that way and that way, or it's this one, that way. Those two are kind of similar. However, these two are slightly different because that one casts up there. That'd be an issue. That'd be an issue. I don't think so. No? Not as far as I can tell. Oh wait, I can finish off these 3s now because of that. 3. Finally. That one. Cool. What does that help me do? Oh, I should draw that on. So that one's, so these need to be, that needs to be lit. Either, oh, it could be, oh, it can't be by itself because I can't put a light there because it's a 0. So like that. Cool. Oh wait, this one. Oh no, okay, it's in one of those 2 places. I almost put it there. But it could be either. One. Yeah, it could be either. The 2s could still be in either place, I think. This needs to be lit by something, so either there. Oh, okay, maybe I could follow that. If this were the light, so it's either there or there. If it's here, this helps me down here. But could it be up here? Because that needs to be lit by something, and it can't be lit by itself. And these 2 can't have lights in, and neither can that. Okay, so one of those 2 places has a light. Would this be an issue? That would do that. Surely that breaks something. The 2 would have to go there. And that 2 would have to go there. No issue with that. How would it affect this 2? I don't think that's helping me. Or it's just getting a bit too deep into the future moves. I start to lose track of it all. Can I figure out something with these? can it be both of those? Would that be okay? I think I already did this. That would block out that. That would leave those three, which would be fine. Would it break anything else? I think so. That needs to be lit by something, so it has to be lit by this. There can't be a light there. There can't be a light on that space, so it has to be here. And there can't be one here. Yeah, so that needs to be a light. That changes things, I think. Somewhere. Somehow. Does it? This needs to be lit. I mean, if it were the light, then it would definitely be these two. If this were the light, lighting that, then only one of these would be picked. Wait, so if only one of these was selected, what would that do? That couldn't be a thing, that couldn't be a thing. So those two would have to be, and then that could be one as well. All right. Sure. I really want to figure out these ones. Wait, so one of those ones has to be on the bottom row. So these two definitely don't have anything in them. But that needs to be lit. And that needs to be lit. So that's the one. Okay. Doesn't really help, but sure. Fill something in. Still, one of those two is lit. Covers off this entire bottom row. Can I finish off this too? If that were there, then that would not be a thing. All these would be lit. To light that, that would have to be a light. Which would do what? If that were lit, if that were a light, we go across there. I don't know what to do. What can I do? Can I do? Is there something I need to light that I can only do one way? Don't see anything. This one's, I guess, interesting. So there's no lights in any of those spaces. So there is a light in one of these three. If there were a light there, that would mean that's not possible, and that's not possible. So this is bad, right? Because then that would mean that has to be a light, that's not possible, and that's not possible, and then I can't get two around there. Cool. That's not a light. All good. So then one of these is a light. Can I figure out which one? If it were that one, that would go there. I need to remember what I just did. So it's the circle on the right of the two, so I can undo back to the same point. That would go there. That one would have to go there. That one would have to go there. That would go there. And one here as well. Well, then let's do that. That would have to go there. Like that, like that. So this two would have to go there and there. So that one definitely wouldn't be a circle, but that's okay. Okay. Get rid of that circle. Back to this one. If that were it, one of those two would have to be yeah, one of those two would have to be a light. This two would have to be that and that. That could be either of those two. I can't figure it out. Getting pretty close. It's definitely getting towards the end of this. I've come to a roadblock. Wait, this is definitely not a light, right? Because I would do that and that, so then how would I make two? Okay, why did I not realize that much earlier? That's not. However, there's still so many choices around here. However, that needs to be lit by something. It would either have to be that or that. Which are both fine. That would block off both of those, but sure, who cares? I can't see where to go next at all. Let's say it were, can I figure these out? I've already tried this though, haven't I? If that one were lit, I would go across there. Neither of those two could be lit, be lights, but That one could be, that one could be. Yeah, I don't see any issues with that. That one, any issues with that? All it would do is do all that, and then what? Who cares? I could light all of these, right? Could I light all of these? Yeah? Possibly? I think so. Okay, pick a thing. Pick a thing to focus on. Am I getting too distracted on those twos? Is there something else I can do? This needs to be lit, either by it being a light itself, or this being a light. If that were a light, that would do that, that would have to go there, that would have to go there, so that can't be the light, so that's the light. Cool. That one's done, so this is not a light. Therefore, that still needs to be lit, so that has to be a light. I think this changes things. Hold on. I need to take a step back, just in case I'm messing up. This needs to be lit in some way by one of these two being a light. Because there can't be a light up there. If that were a light, that could not be. That could not be. So these twos would have to be completed like that. So that's not the light. That has to be like that. So that one is done. So that can't be there. But this still needs to be lit. So there has to be a light here. Yes. Okay, this is going to be great because it's going to come all the way across here and change things. Oh, and it affects that as well. The ones down here, because these all need to be, this needs to be lit. So this needs to be a light because I've already done the twos. Okay, let's do this first. So that has to be a light to get those, well, to get that specifically. That hasn't been lit yet. Yes. Therefore, that's not. So that is. Okay, bottom right hand corner done. Now, how does that affect? Oh, okay, so the 2 has to go there. Basically, that one thing solved all 3 of my problems. It goes down there, and up there. So that 2 has to go there. Do that. Or at least I think it did. I haven't done this bit yet, so... Oh, wait. So I know that's a light. Because this needs to be lit. Can't be in any of those spaces, so it has to be that one. And now it is lit. So that's not, I already knew that though. And that's not, I already knew that. But at least I know that that's part of this too. This needs to be lit. And it can't be by any of those, so it has to be this. And it can't be there either because it's already filled. So that's like that. So that 2's done. This definitely changes things. That's definitely not one. Oh, wait. This also means this 2 is here and here. Don't know why I didn't see that. Okay. So this 2 needs one more. Either there or there. How do I tell which one? I'm so close to being done. If it were here, what would that mean? That would mean there was... Okay, hold on, I can do this a different way. This needs to be lit by something. All of these cannot be a light, neither can that, neither can itself, so that has to be a light. Therefore, this 2 finishes off there. And that means I'm done, right? Because that needs to be lit, so it'll have to be itself, which completes that. And that means that can't be 1. And then somehow all of these need to be lit, so... Okay, this needs to be lit, so it has to be lit by a circle here, which covers all of those spaces, and I'm done. I think. No spaces unlit? I don't think so. Yay! Okay. Now, figure out the message. So it's a quote from something? Yield a clue to find that's in this thing, but that clue comes from a longer work. It's probably something I don't know. So I will get ready to Google it on my phone. Warm sun. Okay, warm sun, that makes sense. We did a light-based puzzle, so the fact that the sun would be involved makes sense. Warm sun. Thaws. I mean, it's vaguely familiar to me. What? Warm sun thaws the... No. Benum. That's not a word. Oh. Hold on. Warm sun thaws the... So numb is there. Benumbed? Is benumbed a word? Benumbed? E-A-R-T, earth. The benumbed earth. Am I reading that really weirdly? Ben, like am I just putting the space in a different place? Earth and makes it. Okay, I don't know it. I'm going to Google it though. Warm sun. What was it? Thaws? Thaws the benumbed earth. Okay, it's coming up. So it's a poem. The Spring by Thomas Carew. Is that how you say his name? Carew. Shall we read it? Let's read it. Where did the quote end? Makes it. Okay, The Spring by Thomas Carew. Now that the winter's gone, the earth hath lost her snow-white robes, and now no more the frost candies the grass or casts an icy cream upon the silver lake or crystal stream. But the warm sun thaws the benumbed earth and makes it tender, gives a sacred birth. To the dead swallow wakes in hollow tree the drowsy cuckoo and the humble bee. Now do a choir of chirping minstrels bring in triumph to the world the youthful spring. The valleys, hills, and woods in rich array welcome the coming of the longed-for May. Now all things smile, only my love doth lower, nor hath the scalding noonday sun the power to melt that marble ice which still doth hold her heart congealed and makes her pity cold. The ox which lately did for shelter fly into the stall doth now securely lie in open fields, and love no more is made by the fireside, but in the cooler shade. Amyntas now doth with his chloris sleep under a sycamore, and all things keep time with the season, only she doth carry June in her eyes in a hurt January. Lovely. So, what was the word? Tender. Makes it tender. Oh. Great. Back to the right layer. Tender. That was a very nice poem, actually. I didn't read it quite perfectly. Like, it's hard when you first read a poem to know where you need to put the emphasis, or like where to end the sentence, or when to string the lines together into one sentence or not. But I did okay. So, tender. Woohoo! Okay, I know I struggled incredibly with this one last time I did it, so I'm very glad this time it sort of just came together. I guess it was just a case of figuring out how to begin. There were a few tricky parts as well, like this one basically made everything come together at the end as well. That was cool. I liked it. Good one. See you next time.